How are you doing today? How absolutely wonderful it is to see you once again. Yes, indeed, it is me, Dr. John Smith. You know what? I have been watching videos on the internet, on YouTube, and I saw something very peculiar indeed, I saw somebody drawing on somebody else's face. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? The things that humans do, the things that humans like myself and like you, obviously we're identical human beings, you and I. The things that humans do to each other, it's quite unusual sometimes, don't you think? Quite interesting and unusual. But I thought to myself, why don't we try that out? Why don't you and I try that out? I could draw on your face. What do you think about that? You think you'd be okay with that? Oh, that's delightful. That is absolutely delightful. Thank you for participating in this little exercise, this little activity. Something for us humans to do together, to bond a little bit, experience something new. I think it's going to be quite wonderful. Let me get my pencil case and let me get nice and comfortable, and we can begin drawing on your face. My little doggy pencil case is a little bit dirty. I've got a dirty doggy pencil case. That's not good, is it? That's not good. This little doggy needs a wash. This puppy needs a wash, baby. I'ma give him a wash sometime soon. It's a little bit stuck. Hang on, one moment. Yes, indeed, yes, indeed. And we share a universal human experience. Yes, we do, yes, we do, yes, we do. So why wouldn't we treat each other as equals? We are equals. Let's have a little bit of respect for each other, shall we? A little bit of consideration. Let us be gentle with one another. The world is harsh enough as it is, without us adding to it, don't you think? Don't you think so? I'm really getting into this coloring. Perhaps if I fully color in your face green to begin with, that will be a nice base color for me to work on and add further detail and contouring. Contouring. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I know all about contouring. Absolutely, absolutely. You know what's absolutely crazy? You know what's absolutely crazy? In the office next door to us, there is a person there. There is a person who is, let us say, fat. Okay, there is no way to say it politely. Okay, the person in the office next door, they're very fat. I don't mean to be rude or anything. Okay, that is simply a fact. And another fact is that I can hear them walking up and down the stairs in the building next door. Can you believe it? Concrete separates us, brick and mortar, and yet I can hear quite loudly whenever they walk up and down the stairs, simply because they are so fat. And again, I don't mean to be rude, okay? I don't mean to be rude. It's just a funny little factoid. I just think it's crazy that I can hear them so loudly. I can hear the stairs creaking under their immense weight. I'm sorry, is it rude of me to comment on somebody's weight? Is it rude? I'm not trying to be mean. But you know what it's like sometimes in this office? I need peace. I need peace and quiet in order to do the things that I do. So anything that disturbs the peace and quiet, it immediately grabs my attention. And you know, it is a little bit irksome. What a funny word that is, irksome. So, of course I notice it. And it just seems so absolutely obscene that the stairs in a building next door to us with concrete, bricks, mortar, cement in between us, I can still hear the stairs creaking underneath the weight of a human being walking on it. How absolutely crazy is that? What do you mean I'm the crazy one? What do you mean I'm the crazy one? Please, for a moment, take a look at me. Do I look crazy to you? No. I'm sane. I am the most sane individual of all. And besides, wouldn't you agree that this world, this planet, is crazy? And if you are to agree that the world is crazy, then is actually the most insane of all. The normal person. The average normal person. You know what I'm talking about? These people who they go and have a normal one. They have a normal one. They go to the pub on the weekends. They go to the pub after work. They have a drink with their workmates. They talk about things like sports. Sports. Can you imagine talking about sports? Drinking alcohol, aka poison. That's a normal one. These people, they're almost too normal. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They're suspiciously normal. I think they might actually be skinwalkers. Yes, yes indeed, be careful of these normal people having a normal one. Going out there and being sociable with their co-workers, having a drink at the pub after work. Highly suspicious activity in my opinion. It's so normal that it is suspicious. That's what I say, so normal that it is suspicious. What do you mean? What do I mean? What am I not making any sense right now? Don't tell me that you don't understand what I'm saying. No, you must understand. I'm saying they're so normal. They're like a caricature of what is normal, thus making them abnormal. Still not making any sense. Don't worry. I talk a lot of waffle. I talk a lot of stupid waffle, don't I? Oh, look at that. say that I look old? Really? Really? You're going to do me like that, are you? You're going to do me like that. You rude little urchin. Rude little urchin. What is an urchin? Some sort of sea creature, is it not? Is an urchin a sea creature? Is it that spiky one? Is it the spiky ball? And then inside the spiky ball is like a fleshy interior. Is that what an urchin is? A sea urchin? You know, I was watching somebody on YouTube. A homeless guy on YouTube. He adventures around. He does all sorts of adventures and he films himself as he does them. One of the things he does is he found, I think, an urchin on the beach. A spiky ball creature. And he tried to cook it and eat it. He didn't know what it was. He put it on the fire, simply placed it on the open fire, left it there for a while, and then afterwards cracked open the spiky exterior, and inside there was the soft fleshy bit, and it was all cooked and edible. Brother cooked himself an urchin. How wild is that? How wild is that? If you think about it, we're actually rather extraordinarily domesticated. Don't you think so? Don't you think we're actually quite extraordinarily domesticated? Even the thought of just going out there into the wild, into the world, making a fire, finding some sort of thing like an urchin, and then cooking it on the fire and eating it, even that seems quite wild to me personally. I don't know about you. Maybe you're not quite as domesticated as I am. But that seems pretty wild to me. I mean, I don't do that on the day-to-day, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I've ever done that, actually. Have I ever made a fire and cooked an urchin? Cooked any sort of creature, actually? I don't think so. You know, I get my food all neatly prepared in the supermarket. Is that a bit, I want to say, hypocritical? Maybe that's not quite the right word, you know. But you know, it's like I never see what really goes into, for example, preparing meat, preparing an animal for slaughter and to be butchered and to be processed into neatly little packaged meat. We're so far removed from nature and from reality. It seems almost, again, I want to say hypocritical, but that's not quite right, is it? That's not quite right. What am I trying to say? What am I trying to express? Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I can't express myself. Maybe that's just a problem innate in males. You know what I'm saying? As men, we're not very good at expressing ourselves sometimes, are we? No. I know for a fact that I bottle things up. I don't express them. But for me, what it is I think, what's the point? What's the experiences, to wonder why they occur, and more than anything, I think, interesting to try and empathize and to understand the perspective of another. You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? Or am I waffling once again? Waffling and saying nonsense once again? You know what? I think some red would go absolutely perfectly right now on this little section here. Just like around the corner here, around the edge, and over here as well. Okay, let me see if I got a red in here. Oh, look at that. Absolutely perfect. It was just out there. It was begging to be used. It's like this was fate. Oh, yes, look at that. That red. Instantly, adding so much pop. I'm talking pop. Straight up a pop. That's what we're adding right now with this. Oh goodness me, with the green as well. I'm gonna have to blend this so we go red to orange to green, and it's going to absolutely look phenomenal. You're going to look totally and utterly phenomenal by the time I'm done with you. Oh yes, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with your new looks? Your new good looks, your phenomenal looks. You know what I have noticed in my time on this planet? I have noticed that if you are good looking, if you are better looking, people treat you better. And in a way, that makes me sad. But some things in life are simply reality, that is simply the reality of the situation. If you make an effort with yourself, have a little bit stylish hair, maybe, shave, make an effort to look nice and clean, that is the main thing. But also if you go a little bit above and beyond, maybe with fashion, with some accessories, take care of yourself and your skin, and maybe go to the gym, there's all sorts of things you can do to make yourself look a little bit better. If you do all that stuff, or maybe not all of it, but some of it, if you make an effort, then people, they do immediately treat you better. And I suppose it does make sense, really, if you think about it, because it shows that you care as a person. It shows that you care about yourself, and if you care about yourself, you likely care about other things too. You care about other people, their opinions, the world around you. I have a phenomenon where, for the most part, I don't care what other people think about me personally. I care about others. I care about their well-being. I care about their happiness. Stuff like that. But I don't care what they think about me. If they think I'm weird, don't care. If they think I'm cool, don't care. If they like me, don't care. If they hate me, don't care. All I care about is, if I feel like I'm doing the right thing, desire to do it. And that is very freeing and liberating. However, the other side of the sword, the double-edged sword, if you don't care about other people's opinions, then you do almost automatically become a little bit of a social outcast. Simply because you don't care. You don't care, you know. There are things that we do in society, in social situations, that are entirely performative. And that's not a bad thing. It serves a function. Performative BS, you know, like small talk, whatever it might be, some sort of polite nothing. Maybe it doesn't really serve a purpose, but it does serve a purpose, and that purpose is social cohesion. Maybe, let's say for example, two people, maybe they're in an awkward little situation together, whatever it is, and inane small talk actually relieves the awkwardness of the situation somewhat. That is the purpose of it. That is the purpose of the small talk, although it is inane and small, and you know, you could argue pointless. It is not pointless. It serves the purpose of social cohesion. But sometimes people like me, when you don't care about the opinions of others, you won't go through the trouble of doing these small things like the small talk, or the aspects of social expectations that promote social cohesion. Sometimes you just won't do it because, as I said, you don't care. You don't care. If somebody thinks you're weird, if somebody thinks the situation is awkward, you don't care. You don't care. So you don't perform the necessary little things. You don't perform the necessary little things to keep the social cohesion. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? What I'm trying to say is about the double-edged sword. It is good. It is good in a way to not care about other people's opinions of you, but it is also bad in a way. It is also bad. It's a good thing to care about other people's opinions of you. It is a good thing to do the little things in social situations that you're kind of expected to do. It is good to follow. It is good to follow the rules. The rules are there for a purpose. Even though you know me, I'm a little bit of a rule breaker. I like breaking rules, you know what I'm saying? I got that innate disrespect for authority. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I encounter authority, I immediately think, you think you got authority over me, huh? Buddy, you think you got authority over me? What gives you that authority? Your authority is an illusion. It is an absolute illusion given to you by other people. And I will not give you that power over me. No. That's what I think when I encounter authority. I think, flip authority. I am the boss of me, nobody else. Nobody else will be the boss of me. That's what I think. Maybe that's a bit silly, maybe a bit immature, because not all authority is, you know, it's not evil. Not all authority is overly controlling or overbearing. Authority exists in some situations for a very good reason, you know what I'm saying? To make things run smoothly. And I do actually agree that in a lot of situations, a leader is absolutely necessary. And even a hierarchy is necessary, and it is necessary for the hierarchy to be clear. You know, it's necessary for it to be obvious who the one leader is, and for that one leader to make the final decision. Otherwise things don't happen, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise there's a lot of bumbling around. Everybody has an opinion to give, and everybody just ends up talking and not as opposed to back in the day. What would you say came before democracy? Feudalism. I suppose it depends on the country and the time period and whatnot. But you know, in the past we had kings and queens. Basically the same thing, except we didn't appoint them through voting and elections. I guess they appointed themselves, either by birthright or by conquest. I'm not even sure that that's a bad thing, honestly, although probably does lead to more suffering of the average person, you know, like the peasants, like you and I, you know, us peasants. I guess when another king decided that he wanted to be king, it would be the peasants who suffered, the peasants like you and I. Wouldn't it? Feudalism probably not the greatest system. I honestly don't think democracy is the greatest system, though. But I'm an idiot. I don't understand these things. It is important, I think, sometimes to admit when you're an idiot and when you don't know best. It's okay to simply know. I don't know. I don't know what. You're asking me my opinion on what? Why would I know about that? I'm an idiot. I don't know that. Go and ask an expert. Go and ask a professional. Go and ask someone who is more intelligent than me. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, my friend. I'm getting a little distracted. Losing my train of thought because of all the little noises and whatnot. was the reddest it has ever been in a long time, and it spread to my cheeks a little bit too. And it always takes like a day or two minimum to go back to normal, or some semblance of normalcy. But that was very interesting, because I pinpointed that prawns cause a flare-up, and that led me to, with a little bit of research, I think it might be histamine related, but again, I'm not certain. Certain foods, though, they trigger like a histamine response in the body, and I think foods that are high in histamine or cause a high histamine response are at least partially responsible for this rosacea and problems with my nose, and it's also to do with burst blood vessels, burst capillaries. I have vein problems as well. I have varicose veins. Little unpleasant, a bit ugly, but not that bad, really, not that bad. Of all the things in life to have to deal with, that's not that bad. I don't think so. But I think it's blood pressure related too. Honestly, the human body is so complicated, isn't it? There are so many multiple different factors occurring all at once. Very difficult to pinpoint problems and causes and to take action to rectify problems. That's the hardest thing, to know what action needs to be taken. That is the hardest thing. Maybe that is just the hardest thing in life, though, in general, you know what I'm saying? Knowing what to do is often harder than simply doing it. Even though doing it is often very hard too. It requires a lot of discipline, endurance, mental fortitude, physical ability sometimes. I know. You know what? I think I'm just going to put the final little touches on you now. And then that'll be it for today, okay? That'll be it for today. I've had a fantastic time, my friend. And I hope you've had a fantastic time too. Okay. I'm just going to finish up now. And I'll see you again in the future. No doubt. For something else. Take care, my friend. Take care. Hello there, my friend. How wonderful it is to see you. It is me, Dr. John Smith, once again. Yes indeed, my friend. You know what? There is actually something specific that I would like to ask you today, that I would like to talk to you about. Recently I've been spending a lot of time on the internet. Yes indeed. I find that the internet is a wonderful and interesting place to get to know 5% of you, 5%. That means that there would still be 95% of you left. And you could use that 95% to regenerate the 5% that I eat. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean you can't regenerate? Of course you can. Of course you can. All humans can regenerate. I'm a doctor, remember? I'm a doctor. It's an ability that human beings have. I'm certain of it. I'm certain of it. You know, it's not just geckos and starfish and other little curious creatures that can regenerate lost limbs and whatnot. Human beings can do it too. No. I assure you, that is the case. So, what do you think? What do you think? Do you think I could eat you? Just a little bit of you. Just a maximum of 5%. Just maybe less, honestly. I might get full. I might not like what you taste like. Yes, I brought my fork as well. It's going to be civilized. It's going to be civilized. You think we can do it? You agree? Oh, excellent. You know what? I was hoping you would say yes, because this desire, it's been in my brain ever since I saw that video. In my brain, plaguing me. You know what they say? The only way to get rid of temptation is to give in to it, to yield to it. Indeed. First of all, though, let me begin by tenderizing the meat. How does that feel? That isn't too painful, is it? No, this is just to tenderize the meat, you know. Make it nice and soft. You could even describe this as beating my meat. Wait, maybe we shouldn't call it that. Let me be a bit more technical with the beating, actually. delicious. Now I understand what that person was talking about. Oh goodness me, that's amazing. You know what? That salt and pepper, it has brought out your flavor profile to the absolute extreme. I can't believe how good you taste now. Is that what they call umami? Is that what they call umami? Umami, umami. Let me have some more of you. That is good. That is good. I can eat you all day long. Delicious, delicious. Obviously though, I will practice some restraint, okay? I will practice some restraint as agreed beforehand. I shall not eat more than 5% of your maximum so that you can regenerate it and you'll be perfectly fine. You'll be 100% okie dokie after today's little eating session. That is good stuff. That is delicious. I wonder what is the nutrition profile of a human being. Surely it is a lot of protein, maybe some fat. Probably depends on just how fat you are actually. Delicious. I wonder how many vitamins and minerals you have. You know what I was thinking? Recently? Somebody with a lot of tattoos. Do you think that they have more minerals in their body? Because the ink contains minerals, right? Am I right in thinking that the ink contains minerals, and so surely that ink, the minerals, they're inside your body once you've gotten tattooed? Don't you think so? I was also thinking, when this is a morbid thought, a little morbid thought that was inside my brain, I was thinking that when I die, because I have lots of tattoos, do you think when my body decomposes and turns into soil, do you think that my soil will be higher mineral content than other people's soil and therefore better for flowers to grow from my soil, from my body? Do you think so? Do you think that might be the case? Or am I just crazy? Surely not. Surely not. This is not the look of somebody who's crazy, is it? No. You know, I keep getting little hits of the salt and pepper. Oh, I like this salt and pepper. They're so good. They're so delicious. Is there any nutrition to salt and pepper? I mean, salt is a mineral, right? And it is essential. Sodium chloride. It is essential for life, right? Is that correct? I think so. What about pepper? Pepper. That's not a mineral, is it? I don't think so. That's certainly not essential for life. Maybe it probably just has some sort of antioxidant quality to it. Some sort of plant food after all, isn't it? They all seem to have some sort of antioxidant quality. You know, I follow a number of different longevity people online, you know, longevity gurus, people trying to live as long as possible and as healthy as possible. Just because, you know, I'm vaguely interested in health and I think specifically nutrition. I'm not sure why, but, you know, it captivates my mind. It captivates my mind. But yes, there is this one guy in particular that I quite like. I'm trying to think of his name. The name of this guy that I like, this longevity health guy. Maybe David Pascoe. Dave Pascoe. I don't even know how to say it. And I'm not even sure if that's the right guy or if that's somebody completely different that's just in my brain for some reason. But one of the reasons that I like this guy in particular, it's because he's so humble. He's so humble. And I like his approach to health in general. His approach is basically to try and eat the widest possible variety of everything. He even wants to eat like every single spice and every single seed possible. Not in like a stressful way though. He doesn't stress about it, but he just tries to eat as wide a variety as possible. And the reason for this, his logic behind it, is that there are so many different compounds in different foods, even from seed to seed or spice to spice. There is such variation in the compounds found within them. That it is a good thing to get them all, if possible, to get as many different ones as possible. And also, his reasoning is that, you know, we discover new vitamins and nutrients all the time. Our knowledge on nutrition, it is not complete at all. We do not fully understand everything yet. And even then, even when perhaps we have identified all compounds possible, to consider how all these different compounds interact with one another and in very different quantities as well. My goodness me, the variables, there are so many that it will be extremely difficult to truly understand and know everything, you know what I'm saying? And that's before we even take into account individual variation of, you know, people's bodies and whatnot, you know. So yes, his approach to health and longevity is to simply try and get as much variety as possible. And one of the things he makes his own sort of weird muesli that he eats in the morning, and it's basically just a mixture of like every single spice and herb and seed possible with some sort of milk in there. Which sounds kind of crazy actually if you think about it, doesn't it? Imagine every single spice and herb in one bowl with a bunch of seeds. Imagine the flavors on that. Imagine the flavors. That must be absolutely out of this world. But yes, he looks very healthy as well. He looks very healthy indeed. You know, a lot of these longevity people and these health gurus, they don't look healthy in my opinion, and that instantly puts me off listening to them and taking their advice, because why on earth would you take the advice of somebody regarding health when they don't look healthy? That's crazy, no? Doesn't that seem crazy? I mean, it sounds goodness me, I have to say, you have been very delicious today. You are an absolute morsel, an absolute snack. A snack attack, baby, a snack attack. That's why you are. That is what you are. Maybe one more bite. You know, I am conscious I don't want to eat too much of you, because then that will be more for you to regenerate later. Oh yes, indeed. Just like the starfish that we talked about earlier, just like those geckos who are going to be able to regenerate. It will be absolutely fine, absolutely. Maybe one more bite. Oh, delicious. I can't get enough of you, baby. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one more bite. Surely just one more. Okay, you know what? I'm putting the fork away. I'm putting it down, okay? Put the fork down. Yes, there we go. I've done it. I've put the fork down. And I am saying, no more food. No more food. No more eating. I must say, you have been absolutely delicious today. And this experience, it has been quite something unique. And how often can you say that you have a truly unique experience in this life? You know, especially as you get older, especially like me when you get old. But yes, thank you once again for allowing us to experience this together. It's been quite something special, I think. Quite something special. Wonderful to see you, as always, my friend. And I'm sure I'll see you again in the future. Maybe we'll do something a bit more normal next time. What do you think? Shall we do something a bit more normal? I think so. Well then, my little friend, I'm going to say goodbye to you now. Take care, and good luck with all that regenerating what I just ate from you. You'll be fine. You will be absolutely fine. Nothing to worry about. Take care, and goodbye, my friend. Goodbye. You know, I couldn't help but notice in our recent appointments that you seem a lot smaller. You seem a lot smaller than you used to be. Or am I just misjudging things here? Is there something wrong with my brain? Is there something wrong with my brain? Surely not, right? I mean, just look at you. You look absolutely minute. You look so small, so teeny tiny. I did take measurements of you a long time ago, didn't I? That was a long time ago. So I think what I will do is I will take new measurements of you. Yes, indeed. I think I will take some more new measurements of you today. And then I will compare the new measurements to the old. And we shall see just how much you have changed in size. I think you have shrunk. Did somebody put you in the wash by a sort of diagonal measurement now, shall we? Wait, how can I best get this lined up? Ah, yes, here I think. That's it there, that is it there, that is it there. Okay, so what is that? That's something like, okay, so that's 8, that's 8, hang on, let me draw it. 8.3, 6, okay, the difference of that is, okay, very good, very good. Obviously now I have to do the same diagonal measurement but on the other side, you know what I'm saying? The other side, it's no good only taking the one side, is it? No, that would be silly. What is that? 8.9, okay. 8.9, 8.63, and the difference. Okie dokie, the measuring, it's going very well indeed. But you know what I need right now, don't you? You know what I need right now? A circumference. Okay, so stay nice and still for me, please, whilst I get this wrapped around you. It needs to be perfect. That was not perfect, was it? Let us try the other way. To get it absolutely perfect. I'm talking perfect style. Sounded like I was about to say I'm Turkey. I am not a turkey though, am I? No. That would be silly. What is that measurement? 5.7. Okay, so we're looking circumference. 3.5.63. But what about the depth? The depth here. What about the depth over here? Let's take a little look here. What is that there? What is 2.1.3? Okay, so we've got 3. Okay, let's try the other side, shall we? Yes, what is this measurement here? Oh, look at that. 23.2. That's very close to being symmetrical. You know, you're quite symmetrical so far. And that is a good thing. Indeed, you know. We don't want to be too wonky now, do we? We don't want to be too wonky or too lumpy. It's okay to be a little bit wonky and lumpy, though. We can't be absolutely perfect now, can we? No. And if we were absolutely perfect, we would look strange, actually. We would look too perfect, you know what I'm saying? It would look like some sort of skinwalker. You look like a skinwalker, like some sort of fake version of a human being. Let me take some more measurements though, okay? Let us have a little look here. Hang on. No, hang on. Can't quite get it, can I? Silly me, can't quite get it. What is that? Measurement? 12.4. Okay. There's over here. Okay. This is going very well so far. Very well indeed, and you're staying so still for me, aren't you? Yes, you are. You're behaving so well. I'm so proud of you. For behaving so well. You know, I find it very difficult to sit still. Very difficult indeed for any length of time, any significant length of time, sitting still. It is like torture. For me. What something, to occupy my brain. Occupy my brain. I lost my pen there for a second. But sometimes I can occupy my brain myself just about thinking about things, thinking about things and getting lost in like a world of fantasy. Getting lost inside a world of fantasy. What is this one? This 0.6. Okay, good. Good. Let me have a little look here though. Let me have a little look again on the bottom side. No, I'm not looking at your bottom. That's not what I said. Looking at the bottom side, the underneath. That's what I said. That's what I meant. Didn't mean your bottom. Goodness me, what would I be looking at your bottom for? Come on now. I'm a well-behaved individual. I'm a gentleman. Gentlemen don't look at bottoms. No. Meters. Okay, excellent. I think we need to do another circumference, don't we? But at a slightly different point, different sort of midsection. Okay, slightly higher, so I am expecting it to be greater this time, actually. Expecting the measurement to be greater. Let's see, what is that there? What is that there, though? 16.7. So this circumference here, 16. Let's compare that to the old one, to the previous one. What was that? Okay. Difference of, what is that difference? It's only 3.4. That's quite good. Let me get myself a little bit tidier. Here it's a little disorganized. I don't like it when it's disorganized. Okay, 1 second. This is all tangled up as well. It's doing like a tango fango. I cannot have a tango fango situation on my hands here. No. Okay, let's see now. I'm just going to wrap this around the back here. Okay, is that okay? If I wrap it around the back there. Okay. Don't worry. I'm being very gentle with you, of course. Not just because you're so small. But I like to be gentle with everybody. Everybody that I care about, I'm extra careful with and extra gentle with. Of course. This one's 61. It's easy to be a little bit clumsy, isn't it? It's easy to forget to take the time and the consideration to be careful and to be gentle. Let's see, what is that? Got quite a few measurements, actually, but I think a few more before I can put them in my database and we can look at your old measurements. Do you remember? I measured you before? That was quite a long time ago, though. I think. Even I struggle to remember, actually. When did I last measure you? But yes, I will access the database and compare today's measurements with the previous ones. I think you've changed. Let me just use this light actually for a second. What is going on up here? This looks a bit strange, actually. Did you bump your head? is invincible. I think so. But we are stuck inside these mortal, fleshy little vessels, aren't we? These bodies. And we need to take care of them. We do. We absolutely must. Because even something as seemingly small as a little bump on the head, it can be, it can damage our bodies. It can damage our bodies in ways that we don't really understand, don't fully appreciate at the time, Easy to dismiss something as small when the impacts of it are actually quite large. Quite large indeed. Sorry, let me just give that a little wipe first. Let me just get this little cloth here. You don't mind, do you? You don't mind if I give you a little wipe? A little wipe, okay. And then I just need to check one last time with the light. Sorry about this, I'm getting distracted here from our purpose today, which is measuring, but I've just discovered a little lump on your head. That's not very good, actually. You know what? I might need to do a cranial nerve exam on you. Yes, indeed. I bet you've never had a cranial nerve exam before, have you? No, of course not. I may need to do a cranial nerve exam on you, but that will be for another day, okay? Because that will take some time. That will take a good, 30 minutes, I think. 30 whole flipping minutes. And today we simply do not have that time to spare, do we? No. Today we're measuring. Let me just be careful to avoid the lump on your head, the bump, the lumpy. What have you been doing with yourself to get the little lumpy on your head? You silly sausage. You're not taking care of yourself, are you now? You must be careful. Okay, what is that? Let us see. Let us take the half circumference down here. What is that though? Okay. Half the circumference here. By 4. Interesting. Let's see. I think I only need to take a few more measurements actually. And then I'm going to type them up into the database. And as I said, we shall compare them to your previous measurements to see how you've changed. Because I think you look much smaller now than you used to. And that's unusual. Sometimes people grow taller, but it's rare for people to grow shorter. You know what I'm saying? I guess old people do a little bit, but you don't look that old. Is that grey hair I see in your hair? Is that grey hair? Wait a minute. What is that there? What is that there? Is that a wrinkle? There's no way. Is that a wrinkle? Oh my goodness me. I regret to inform you, as your doctor, that you have a wrinkle. I know that's disastrous, isn't it? That's the last thing you want to hear from your doctor, isn't it? That you have a wrinkle. charging us absurd amounts of money for the hope of returning to the youth that we have inevitably lost. Don't worry. If you worry, you'll get more wrinkles. So that's no good, is it? So if you simply just don't worry, then everything will be okay, won't it? Yes, it will. Yes, it will. That's the key to life. That's the key to life. Don't worry. Don't worry about anything ever. Just drift along. Try your best. And have fun. Now then, there's just a few measurements that I need to take with the other measuring tape. Okay, so stay right there. Stay right there. Stay right there. Ah, yes, look. I've got my special yellow measuring tape, my yellow one, the metallic one. The one that smells funny. It smells funky, funkalicious, baby. I like it. I like the smell. Isn't that weird that we like smells such as the smell of metal and the smell of petrol? It doesn't really make any sense, does it? Because why would we like that smell, evolutionarily speaking? You know what I'm saying? Evolutionarily speaking. It's not like petrol should smell good so that I want to ingest it, because that would be very bad indeed, wouldn't it? I don't know about you, but I haven't ingested petrol, and I don't think it would be a good idea to do so. I think it might actually be a very, very bad idea indeed. In fact, I might even go so far as to say I think it is a fatal idea. But boy, does it smell good. Stay still. I'm trying to get the perfect, hang on. What is going on here? Is that okay? Why is it so shaky? Shaky, wakey, bakey. Let me put that there. That is it, isn't it? Oh, it's still a bit shaky, isn't it? But what is the measurement? Oh, okay. Only a few more measurements. Sorry, I know I keep saying that, but then I keep remembering that there's more measurements that need to be taken. I keep remembering that there's more measurements that need to be taken. Okay, I think if we do just very quickly a little horizontal diagonal. I'm just trying to line it up perfectly, sorry. There it is, that is it. That is the perfect measurement. Okay, good. So do that on the other side. I need to shorten it a bit though, I think, just to make it easier for me. Is that going to be easier? Let me see now. Let me try and line this up. It's very subtle, actually, trying to get it. Trying to get the perfect alignment here. Difficult, actually, difficult. There, that's it. That is the perfect alignment. And that measurement, oh look at that. It's basically equal to the other one. Okay, I actually think that's it now. I actually think that might be the final measurement. Let me check, let me double check. Sorry, I'm messing around a little bit, aren't I? I'm just having a little bit of fun today. Is that okay? Is that okay for me to have a little bit of fun, a little bit of silliness today? I think so. Okay. Thank you so much for sitting so still and so perfectly whilst I did that measuring on you. I know it did take a little bit of time, didn't it? A little bit difficult for me to line everything up perfectly. It's because you're so small, you know, so because you're so small. Now I'm going to type those up into my database, type up measurements into the database, and compare them to your previous measurements that I already have in the database, and we shall see once and for all just how small you've become and just how much you've changed. Peculiar, interesting. Anyway, I'll say goodbye to you now, okay? I got to go and do my work. Goodbye, and I'll see you again, maybe for a cranial nerve exam. We'll take a look at this little lump on your head and make sure that it hasn't affected you in any way, you know what I'm saying? Okay, goodbye. Take care, my little friend, and try not to bump your head on anything again. You silly little sausage. Goodbye. yes, I spotted this little lump the last time I saw you. It's still there. How come the little lumpy bumpy hasn't gone down yet? That must have been quite a severe little lumpy bumpy that you gave yourself. How did you do that? How did you give yourself this lumpy bumpy on your head? You silly little sausage. You silly little sausage. Getting yourself into these little accidents, bumping your head. That's no good, you know. That's no good. A bump on the head, it can be quite serious, you know. It can actually be quite serious. Okay, you know what? Let us do a cranial nerve exam so that we can determine whether or not the lumpy bumpy on your head has done any sort of permanent brain damage. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. Let us run a few tests. 1 second. We shall do the taste test first. Oh yes, oh yes. Let me shake up this little bottle of artificial flavour. What I am going to do is I am going to transfer some of this artificial flavour liquid into a little dropper bottle, okay? And this is going to allow me to easier apply the flavour to your tongue. That's how these things work, you know. You put something on your tongue and then you can taste them. You can taste them, and that's what this test is today. We're testing your taste. Okay, we're going to see if your taste works. Yes, let me transfer. One moment. Let me transfer. Okay, very good. Now then, let me get a little bit of the flavour. Okay, here we go. Stick your tongue out for me, please. Yes, just like that. Well done. Now I'm going to put a little droplet of the flavour on your tongue. There we go. And can you tell me, please, what does that taste like? A blueberry muffin. A blueberry muffin, yes indeed. That flavour was the flavour of a blueberry muffin. Excellent. some of this flavour on there. And now what do you think that one tastes like? Custard donut. Custard donut. You know what? That is correct, by the way. That is correct. Well done. I had a custard donut the other day. Treated myself. I thought I would treat myself to a little custard donut. And you know what? It was absolutely rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. My disappointment was unbelievable. It was... I mean, I can't even describe it. I can't even describe it. That's how bad the disappointment was. The custard itself, it wasn't even like custard. It looked like some sort of neon yellow processed rubbish. Terrible experience, I say. Terrible experience, I say. Okay, I apologize for going off topic there and for rambling. Let us check the third and the final flavour. Can you identify it? Yes, I'm transferring it once again into the little dropper applicator, Transfer a little bit here. Okay, that's excellent. That is absolutely excellent. Here we go, my friend. The third and the final flavour. Are you ready to identify it for me? Stick out that tongue for me, baby. You know the drill. Here it comes. What does that one taste like? Banana bread. Banana bread. Yes, indeed. Well done. Well, it does appear that the lumpy bumpy on your head has not affected your ability to taste, and that is absolutely fantastic. Incoming message from the big giant head. This is a high priority message for employee ears only. The big giant head is currently under investigation from the IFBI, the Intergalactic Federal Bureau of Investigation. Apparently, we assessed the human beings on planet Earth incorrectly. According to the IFBI, the human beings on planet Earth have an intelligence level higher than we estimated. It does appear that according to intergalactic law, the human beings can, in fact, be classified as sentient individuals, and as such, they are protected by the rights of sentient creatures. What does this mean? Valued employee of the big giant head. This means that if you were allegedly harvesting human organs any time prior to this message, all activities must cease, and you must put these organs back inside the human beings immediately, ASAP, as soon as possible, before the IFBI can detect such activities. Allegedly, of course, allegedly. Please, this is of the highest priority. All employees of the big giant head must put the organs back inside the human beings What just happened there? What just happened there? I feel a little bit lightheaded. I feel a little bit lightheaded. Maybe my blood sugar is low. Is that what it is? Silly me, not taking care of myself well enough, am I? Oh, silly me. Okay, regardless, we just completed the taste test. Now we must do the smell test, okay? Very similar, yes, very similar. You're going to sniff some smells for me, and you're going to identify them, okay? Let me get everything I need, and we can begin. I've got some smellers here. They're in some bottles. Smelly bottles, smelly bottles. Are you ready to do some sniffing? Okay then, get those nostrils ready and take a little sniff of this, baby. What do you think that smells like? Dirty socks. Dirty socks. Oh my god, you're right. Hang on, let me have a little sniff of that. That is appalling. That is absolutely appalling. I can't believe that they made that a smell. I didn't make this smell. I did not make this smell. Some sort of medical agency made these smells. That is disgusting. That is foul. Dirty socks. Who thought of that? Who thought of that? Foul individuals. Let's do the second one, and let's hope that this one doesn't smell so putrid. Are you ready for smell number 2? Get to sniffing, baby, get to sniffing. What does that one smell like? Freshly baked bread. Freshly baked bread. Now that is a good smell. That is a good smell. We got blessed with that one, didn't we? Oh yes we did. Oh yes we did. Let's move on to smell number 3. Now then, this is the third and the final smell. So you'd better be ready. Have a little sniff. What do you think that one smells like? Alcohol, yes indeed, alcohol. Do you know what type though? Vodka, well done, well identified. That's impressive. Are you familiar with the smell of vodka? A little bit too familiar, I think, perhaps. A little bit too familiar. Okay, regardless of that, you've performed excellently well so far. The smell test, the taste test, aced. Now we need to move on to examining some of your other nerves, and for this I simply must put on some gloves because I'm going to need to touch you. Oh yes. my lovely little latex gloves on. These feel so nice. These feel so nice. Maybe I could just wear them all the time, 24/7. Okay, let me do a little bit of a physical examination of you, okay? Let me do a little bit of a physical examination, How does this feel here? How does that feel? Does it feel painful? Okay, what if I apply a little bit of pressure? Did that hurt? Okay, what about this? Okay, let's do a little bit more rapid fire. Does that hurt at all? No. Good. Let me try again though, okay? What about that? No. Okay, good. What about that? It doesn't hurt. Okay, that's great. I want you to make some facial expressions for me now. I want you to copy me basically, okay? First things first. I want you to puff out those cheeks. Oh, good. Look at those cheeks. Look at those chubby little cheeks. So adorable. Can I pinch them? Could I pinch one of your cheeks, please? Oh. So adorable. I love pinching those chubby little cheeks. What can I say? You got some fantastic looking cheeks, baby. Okay. Sorry, I got a little bit distracted there, didn't I? Momentarily distracted. Let's move on. The next facial expression. I want you to do a big grin. A toothy one, please. Let me see those gnashes. Oh my, what big teeth you have. What big teeth you have. Excellent. Now, try and make a sad face. A sad face. Okay, good. That does look pretty sad. What about those eyebrows? Can you raise your eyebrows, please? Raise them. Oh, good. Can you frown? Try and make yourself look as angry as possible. Oh, that's intimidating. Oh, you got a hell of a frown on you. Darn, that's intimidating. Okay, that's good. Open your eyes as wide as possible, please. Wide. Okay, just like that. Perfect. Now, shut your eyes really tight. I want to see some wrinkles around those eyes. Good. Now, can you just wink one of your eyes? Wink. You know what I'm saying? Wink. What about the other eye? Wink. Okay, that's good. You're looking good, actually. Now, I'm going to place my hand here, and I'm going to push down, and you're going to push your head up against my hand, you know? You're going to, resist me. Do it. Oh, yes, that's it. Now, underneath, I'm pushing up against your chin. I want you to push it down, please. Good. To the side. Push against my hand to the side. Go on, push. Oh, yes, well done. Push to the other side. Push against this hand. Push against this hand. Oh, excellent. Well done. Looking good there. The next thing I need to do is I need to examine these eyes of yours, okay? Let's see here. You know what this is, don't you? Oh, yes, you know what this is. This is an eye chart. And this is a chopstick, a singular chopstick. I'm going to be using it for a pointer today, okay? Is that okay with you? Good. Now then, tell me, what is this letter? Good. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Look at that, look at that, look at that. That's a light. That's a light. Could you tell? Okay, could you know that that's a light? That's a good start. Yes, I do need to shine this light right in your eyeballs, okay? In fact, I think maybe a little further back might give me a better look. Okay, you can just look straight ahead if you'd like. It doesn't really matter, honestly. You look wherever you want, okay? You look wherever you want. I'm just trying to get a good look at your eyes and at how they are reacting to the light. Okay, reacting to the light. Okay, that's interesting there. Actually, that is interesting. Okay, could you look up for me, please? And keep looking up, okay? Keep looking up for me, okay? Keep looking up. Now, can you look down for me, please? Okay, look down for me. Keep looking down. Keep looking down. Keep looking down. Good. Can you look to the left for me now, please? Look to the left. And keep looking to the left, okay? Look to the left, to the left, to the left. To the left, to the left, to the left. Good. Okay, now can you look to the right for me, please, okay? Look to the right. Look to the right. Look to the right. Keep looking to the right, okay? Look to the right. Excellent, I'm making some good observations here. Now then, what I would like you to do next, I would like you to follow the light as it moves, okay? Do your best, okay? Keep following the light. Just do your best. Do your best to follow it, okay? Okay. Is that hurting you at all? Did that feel difficult to do? Maybe you felt some sort of eye strain. You felt good. You felt good doing that. Okay, excellent. Okay, excellent. Can you tell me though? How many fingers is that? Good. How many fingers is that? How many fingers is that? How many fingers is that? Good. How many fingers is that? Good. How many fingers is that? No, that's a thumb. That's a thumb. Trick question. I got you. That was a thumb, not a finger. I got you. I'm smarter than you. I mean, that's obvious. I'm a doctor. You're not a doctor, are you? Didn't think so. I'm a doctor. You're not. I'm smarter than you. Okay. Let's move on to the next test. Now, I need you to close your eyes, please. We are going to be testing your hearing capabilities, okay? I'm going to make a sound. It's going to be a little clicky sound, clicky sound. And I want you to tell me when you hear the click, okay? It's quite simple. Here we go. Good. sounds and tell me the total number that you hear, okay? Let's give it a go first, see if you do it, okay? Yes, 4. That was 4. Excellent. Okay, so you understand. Let's do it a bit more rapid fire now, okay? 5. Good, 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 good. 8. Good, 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 good. 3. Good, 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 good. 8. Good, 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 good. 7. Good, 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 good. 4. Good, 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 good. 5. Good, 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 good. Excellent. Okay, you did really well there. I actually thought you might struggle with that one, but you did perfectly. You did perfectly indeed. Okay, let me have a little think. Let me have a little think. We have tested your sense of taste, your sense of smell. We've taken a look at your eyes. We've taken a look at your hearing. And we also checked the nerves around your face to see if they are working too. What else is there? Yes. Yes. I want to check your sense of sensation on your face, whether or not you can feel the difference between different things, you know. I shall explain now. Let me get my necessary tools. I've got 2 water globes here. 2 water globes, visually identical. However, one of these water globes is hot and the other is cold. Don't worry, not excessively hot, it's just been kept in some warm water for a little bit, okay? The other's been kept in the fridge for a little bit, okay? I'm going to place them on your face one at a time, and I want you to tell me hot or cold. How does it feel, okay? Actually, you know what? Close your eyes as well. Keep them closed, just in case you somehow cheat. Okay? I know you're a little bit of a cheater, aren't you? I can tell by looking at you. A little bit of a cheater. Okay, no cheating with me though. Understood? Understood. Good. Now then. Hot or cold? Good. 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 Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. You can open your eyes now. You can open your eyes now. It does appear that you can identify the difference between hot and cold. How wonderful is that? How wonderful is that? The sensation in your face is working well. But there's one last thing that I want to do with you, okay? 1 second, 1 second. Yes, I have this soft little successfully, okay? So there's no need to be concerned about that little lumpy bumpy on your head. No need to be concerned about that little lumpy bumpy on your head. In fact, there's no need to be concerned about anything. Nothing to be concerned about at all. Everything is okay. Everything is okay. It is okay to relax now. All the responsibilities have been dealt with. Everything is in order. Just relax for a little bit. You've earned it. You've done very well. Very well indeed. Hello there, fellow human. It is me, Dr. John Smith, and today I am going to be doing a hearing test on you today, okay? A hearing test. Let me assemble my otoscope first so I can take a little look inside those ear holes of yours, okay? This thing is so small. So small and fiddly. I don't know how you humans, us humans, I don't know how us humans do these tiny little things with our big fat hands. Ah yes, there we go, there we go. Put the little nip on. Nip is always easier. There it is, there it is. Now I'm ready to look inside your ears. Let's take a look. I'm just going to put this inside this ear here. Okay, I just want to put this in this ear over here. Oh my goodness me. That is a little bit of earwax you've got in there, isn't it? You've got quite a bit of earwax. I hope that's not going to affect your hearing capabilities. Let me check the other ear over here. Okay. Let me check the other ear over here. Let me check the other ear over here. Very similar. Very similar indeed, actually. Very similar indeed. You know what? You know what? I think I might actually be able to get a better look with the magnifying glass. The magnifying glass. You have got some messy little ears. Do you not shower regularly? I mean, it's none of my business, but I'm just talking from a health perspective. You know, I am a doctor. I am a doctor, you know. I'm just saying maybe you should consider washing your ears a little bit in the shower, you know what I'm saying? A little bit dirty they are on the... Okay, let us move on to the hearing test. Before I say anything headphones. We got those old school wired headphones with the cushion padding. With the flipping cushion padding. I mean, is that not the highest level of luxury you could even conceive of? Highly adjustable too. Yes. I'm going to make them absolutely perfect for your head. Okay, I'm just going to put them on you now, if that's okay. There we go. Is that comfortable? You look comfortable. You look like a comfortable little person right there. Okay, let me put the backing track on, okay? There you go. You can probably hear that now, actually, can't you? That's some relaxing little background music for today's hearing test. Now that is actually healing frequency, 528 Hertz healing frequency. It's a solfeggio frequency. It's going to be healing you on a cellular level. A cellular level. I ain't talking mobile phone here. I'm talking about cells. Those little bitty organisms that make up you. The larger organism, you know what I'm saying? Exactly. Now then, first things first, we're going to do the beep test. As I mentioned, I'm going to play a number of beeps through the headphones, different tempos, different frequencies, pitches, all sorts of things, okay? And all I want you to do is I want you to count the total number of beeps and then to tell me the total number. Is that understood? Excellent. Let's begin that now with the first set of beeps. How many beeps was that? Good. 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 Let us do two more, okay? Two more. How many beeps was that? Good. Last one. And how many beeps was that? Good. Excellent job. Okay, that is a phenomenal start to the hearing test. We've already established that you can hear a range of different pitches, tempos, frequencies, Excellent job indeed. Next, I'm going to be making a sound, and I want you to tell me when the sound stops. Okay? Listen carefully. Excellent job. You're doing so well so far. Let us continue with the testing. Now I want you to listen to the direction of the sound, whether or not it is coming from the left side of your head or the right side of your head. Okay? And then obviously I want you to tell me left or right where it came from. Okay? Very good. Let us begin. Good. 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 Excellent. Okay, now we're going to be doing the same test, the left or the right test, but using a different object. Okay, it's going to produce a very different sound, so listen carefully. Left or right? Good. 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 Excellent. Excellent job so far. Excellent job so far, my friend. Let me see what the next test is, okay? You stay right there. You stay right there. For this next test, I need you to count the total number of sounds that you hear. Okay, let us begin. Let us do a little test trial run to see if you understand. sounds. That is in fact plastic. Yes, indeed, plastic. And specifically, it is actually a plastic Pringles lid. Oh, yes, indeed, yes, indeed. Absolutely delicious, delectable Pringles. Oh my! I know they're not exactly healthy, are they? But a little cheeky snack every now and then. You can't blame me, can you? Not really. For just indulging a little snack every now and then. Come on, come on. The next material that I want you to identify. Listen carefully. What material do you think is producing this sound? A beanie baby. A beanie baby. I will accept that. You could open your eyes now if you'd like, and you can see that in fact it was a little corn toy, a little cuddly corn toy, with his little beans in his bum, his little beanie bum bum. Oh yeah, Mr. Corn, shake it. Shake that little beanie bum bum. Little beanie bum bum. Okay, close your eyes again, please. Close your eyes again, please. Now this next material I think is going to be very hard, next to impossible for you to identify. So listen closely and see if you can get it, okay? Okay, make your guess. What material do you think was producing those sounds? That is actually some sort of silicon rub material. Okay, you can open your eyes if you want. It is this thing. It is this thing here. I think it is actually designed to go around, you know, like a coffee cup or something. A coffee cup to give you a little bit more grip, a little bit more grip. But look. clicks? Good. How many clicks? Good. How many clicks? Good. Listen carefully, my friend, listen carefully and tell me when you hear a sound being produced. Good. 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 Great job there, my friend. Great job. Listen carefully and tell me when this sound stops. Good. 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 You know what, my friend? You know what? I think you have performed absolutely excellently well today during the hearing test. I think you might have even performed 100%, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And that is despite all the earwax that I saw initially when I was looking in your ears. That's actually quite impressive. That is actually quite impressive indeed. Despite all that gunk, despite your general lack of hygiene, you can still hear perfectly well. Well done, my little friend. Well done. Your performance today has been excellent, as I would expect no less from a human being like you. Like me as well, of course. A fellow human being. Incoming message from the big giant head. This message is 100% private. There is definitely no FBI agent listening in on any and all communications between the big giant head and their employees. As such, we would like to encourage our employees to communicate totally normally and definitely some sort of Federal Bureau investigative body. This is just a simple checkup and reminder on all our beloved employees. The big giant head cares about you and would like to remind you, and anybody that might be listening, that the individual actions of each employee does not reflect the Big Giant Head Corporation Limited. Have a pleasant day, valued employee. Normal functions will resume in 3, 2, 1. What was I saying? What was I saying? I thought we came to the end of our hearing test, didn't I? What are we still doing here? What are we still doing here? Well, I mean, I guess that's it. I guess I can simply say goodbye to you, can't I? Yes. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed